whether it's about a business or a brand or about a thing they did 5 years ago or the Olympics that they just started a journey towards, that story is going to be dependent on how well you ask questions. And I feel like if there's one thing that I've learned over the course of the years, it's how to ask better, more insightful, more meaningful questions that elicit the kinds of responses that we want to get for a particular video. So a lot of people, and myself included, when you first get started with video, when you first get started with interviewing somebody, you're just going there fishing, asking questions that you hope you get the right answers to, but very, very much like fishing. You throw in a line and you hope you catch something, versus going in there with a particular intention to tell a story that you have already crafted, that you know this person's story actually aligns with. So you're going in there more like hunting. So the two are very different in the way you're targeting information. One, you're hoping that you're going to catch something great. You're going to get the ahi that's going to feed your family for a month. Or you just go in there and you catch the really specific types of fish that you know are going to feed your family, real specifically for that week.
So which one are you doing?
So we're getting more refined. Every single time we do it, we're learning how to hunt better. And it's because storytelling in the post-production side of things will take a terrible amount of time if you're just fishing all the time. You're going to go through hours and hours and hours of interview footage and content, hoping that you found a soundbite that matches what you're trying to say. And sometimes this is what we've noticed even more, is clients don't even know what they want to say. They're hoping you're going to help them bring it out. And that's what we do as expert storytellers, is we're helping them tell the story they wish they were able to tell on their own.
It's like they just want a nice video or a nice commercial.
Yep. But
they don't know further than that.
Yeah, it's our job to help them extract the information that we know is deep within their soul that they just need to pull out. And they need somebody else to help them pull it out. And that's where the storytelling gets refined. That's where the questioning becomes much more surgical. And then your time in production and your time in post actually shrinks way down, because you're much more conscious while you're shooting of what the content is you need to get. So back in the day, we used to just start with a camera, start shooting interviews, asking questions. It looked great, sounded great, but it was a mess. We're cutting together like words and vowels just to make the words actually make sense. And you can do it. It's great. The whole idea of fix it in post. I mean, but it's
a lot of work.
It's because you can fix it in post, right? But we don't like to do that. Nor do we get the best stuff out of people when we're just fishing all the time, hoping for good things. So in our process, we've gone from just going in there with a camera and a lighting kit and sound and doing interviews, hoping for good stuff, to actually creating really meaningful storyboards and really well thought out treatments for what we need to get. And it's a simple process that a lot of people may already know about, but the better you get at that pre-production process, the better you get at crafting the story before you even get to your location, the easier your time's going to be. And you can do things in voiceover. You can do things with them in real time that you can't if you don't really even know what your story is about first. So it starts with a lot of great research. It starts with a lot of good thinking. And I don't think we give enough credit to the actual thoughtfulness of the process and of the person's story. Most of the time, we can do a lot of pre-interviews. We can do a lot of pre-thinking so that when we get there, everything just is a lot more smooth, a lot more seamless, so that also our talent or our client feels more comfortable. They feel comfortable because they know that you've thought through the story. And they feel comfortable with sharing that because they know that you're going to take care of their story. And that's a really, really big responsibility.
Right.
For somebody who's never done this, for somebody who is vulnerable and sometimes shy, they want to be able to trust that if they give you something, even if it's, not a TEDx presentation, that you're going to take care of that you're going to do well with it and respect that information. They're giving you part of them to share with the world. So it takes a lot of trust, And a lot of that prep happens way before you turn on the camera. So we're spending weeks just developing stories now that we never did to the same depth as we're doing now. And I feel like that's elevated our storytelling a ton.